Legacies are awesome. Some of you may have noticed that this video is a little late. I was all set and recorded a lot of footage for a video about my favorite record of all time, which is Red-Headed Stranger, but I kept referring to certain people and events because they're the reason that I've been listening to Red-Headed Stranger a lot lately. And so it's sort of out of deference for them that I'm not doing my Red-Headed Stranger video now. I feel like I should give that a little bit of time before I talk about some things. So I knew I wasn't going to do a Red-Headed Stranger video, but I didn't know I was going to do a video about Legacies until I watched a video by Hank Green where he talked about his grandfather's death, which has been very, very recent. I knew that this was a video I was going to make eventually, but I didn't know when. My maternal grandmother died in September, and I've been hesitant to talk about my grandmother, especially like in a vlog, because it ties into my ideas on character, that, you know, her life can't be expressed as a plot. She was so much more than the things that she did and the conversations she had and the things that she thought and the way she reacted in horribly adverse situations. It's impossible for me to convey the amazing person that my grandmother was without you having known her. But I guess what I really want to say is that I'm a part of her legacy. If it weren't for my grandmother and my grandmother's death, I wouldn't have started making these videos. I set aside time every week to think about something I love and be positive about it as a sort of personal therapy. And it's interesting to me because if I had a therapist or a counselor or a friend tell me to set aside that time every week to just be positive, I would tell them to go away and to shut up. But since it's my idea, I've committed myself to it, and it's been kind of a struggle sometimes, but it's something that I'm doing that is helpful to me, and the only reason I'm doing it is because of her. It's really impossible for me to overstate her influence in my life or in a lot of people's lives. I used to want to be a writer because I wanted to change the world, and I thought that if I had a small relationship with a lot of people that I could do that. But I realized somewhere along the line that it's more important to have big relationships with a small number of people. And my grandmother had big relationships with basically everyone she knew. She had a powerful effect on their lives. People loved her because of the nature of her character. And I can look at the 3 children that she raised basically by herself, my mother, and my aunt and my uncle, and I can say that they are extraordinary people, and everything that they have about them that is extraordinary they owe to her. And the kind of person that I am, the kind of person my sister is, the kind of person my brother is, we owe that to her and her influence through my mother. And I can look at the cousins that I know very well and the cousins that are younger whom I don't really know, and I can say without a doubt that their lives are influenced by her. We're all a part of her legacy, and I myself am a part of the legacy of a lot of people. Teachers, friends that I've had, my parents, my grandparents, my cousins, aunts, uncles, people that I've known throughout my life. I am a part of their legacy, and I really want to be a positive part of their legacy. I had a friend tell me recently that I was a big influence on her and her ability to be herself and become the self that she is now, and that really touched me. She is now a part of my grandmother's legacy. The legacy is moving through these other people, through me and into others, and that's really powerful and amazing, and I'm glad that human relationships happen that way and that we can do that and we can live up to the legacy of the people who came before us, and we can spread that forward into the future. And I'm just so grateful for my grandmother and for all of these other people, for who I am and who I'm able to be, and the influence that I'm able to assert into the world. And I apologize if I've made anyone cry. That's not my intention to bring anybody down. I also apologize if this is not that interesting because you don't know the parties involved. But as I said, this is a video I knew I would do eventually, and I didn't know when it would happen, but it turns out it's happening now. And I just have to say how grateful I am to all of that and all of those people, and especially to my grandmother, who was just one of the most remarkable people you could have ever known. And if you did not know her, I'm sorry for that. But if you know me, or anyone who did know her, you are profiting by her existence, by her amazing life. And I'm going to stop talking now because I really need to stop talking now. But thank you again to everyone who's watching these videos. Thank you to the subscribers. Thank you to all of my friends of whose legacies I'm a part. And just thank you.